All right, welcome to MindBody Chair Yoga. Super good to see all of you. Happy New Year. I'll meet you on the mat. So coming forward in our chair, take the knees nice and wide. We'll grow tall. Invitation to close the eyes or just simply gaze downward. We'll bring our attention inward toward the body. And coming to this posture of familiarity, this posture that indicates to body and mind that this is a time for practice. So loosening the grip on all the things, all the busyness, all the responsibilities, and just remind yourself you are taking care of one of your responsibilities right now. So those other ones can wait. And this responsibility is to yourself, to your body, to health and wellness of body-mind connection. And I'm not one necessarily for New Year's resolutions, but this year I got to thinking about, what's something that I could work on. And so my intention, I'm putting this out into the universe, is to be, like, I hate to use the word like better at something, but just be a little more mindful and thoughtful around listening. Listening to other people, giving people time to finish their thoughts before I've already formulated my own thought. Giving space and time for my own listening to myself. Listening to the body. And when we put this focus on listening, compassionate listening, then that skillful response isn't as hard or as maybe mechanical. It can just flow from the compassion. It can flow from taking that time to really allow whatever is communicated to you from someone else or yourself or the body, just to sink in, settle in, before we just hop into the response or reaction, knee-jerk reactions. So just slowing down. It's a nice time to start this practice now that the hustle and bustle of the holiday season is over. Really just settle in to this idea of focusing on listening, compassionate listening. And with that, I'll invite you to bring hand up to your heart center, and we'll initiate our practice with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Inhaling, opening the eyes, and exhale, release. Great, let's start rolling the shoulders forward, up, back and down, full, smooth circle. Excuse me. Taking your attention to the sensations of moving the shoulders forward and up on the inhale, down and back on the exhale. And if you haven't been able to get to any of the recordings over the holidays, don't worry about it. You're here now. You're here now, paying attention, breathing in, breathing out with the body in this community All right, we'll bring those shoulders up and back and all the way down. Just let those shoulders be nice and soft. Great. Okay, bring those arms up. I dream of genie. Inhale any amount, just reaching it up. And exhale, coming back down, switching the arm, inhaling up and exhaling down. We'll repeat that one on each side. And this is about when that little voice, that judgment voice comes in and starts saying, oh, I should have done this more often. I should have whatever, arms out to the side. Internal rotation of one shoulder, external rotation of the other shoulder. Gaze over the palm that's facing up. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. Doing it slowly and with intention. So if that voice is bubbling up in any way, or a voice of comparison like, oh, in December I could do this quote unquote better, or, we can let go of that and just accept things as they are in this moment. And we're going to release, stretch out the face, roll up the shoulders. All we're going to do is be kind to each other. Just be kind to ourselves. Yeah. All right, bring that arm back up and we'll take the right arm on top. Inhale, keep your gaze forward, your heart forward and your belly forward, just reaching the arms so that we can feel this stretch through the back of the arm, this quadrant of the shoulder, and even a little bit down into the side body. And we'll do that 3 times on this side. Really switch the arm over, leading with that kind of dominant elbow. Checking in with the range of motion each time. Can we explore just a micro movement, a little bit further? Keep lifting the navel up towards the spine. All right, roll up the shoulders again. Let's get watery. Stretch out the face. Good. Float those arms up to the sky, fingertips reaching and touching each other. Exhaling, bringing those fingertips down to the shoulder, one elbow down, one elbow up. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. So giving you that option to clasp at the fingers and create a bit of resistance. This will create a deeper stretch, so just being mindful of that. Keep the navel lifting up so those lower abdominals are engaged. Great, reach up, exhale, back behind you, trace those angel wings and grab onto fingertips, wrists, forearms, elbows, whatever you can manage. On an inhale, open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe lift the heart up a little bit. Exhale, release. Inhale, open it up. So it's just like a little movement, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, release. Lift that heart up, squeeze the shoulder blades, just gazing up. And exhale, release. Nice. Stretch out the face. Good. Now, normally at this time, I ask you just to drop the chin down. I'm going to add a little bit here. Take your finger to your chin. Push it back. See how many chins we can create. And then drop the chin and soften the shoulders. So I just want this little action is going to help lengthen the back of the spine before we fold forward. So it doesn't have to be stiff. It doesn't have to be anything that different. It's just a slight little awareness to a lengthening and then folding forward at the head. And then we're going to bring lots of space and breath to the back of the neck. And then when you're ready, taking the head left and right. Expanding each time a little bit this range of motion. Chin comes to center and nice and easy lift. Maybe you noticed something a little bit different by drawing the chin in first. Maybe it feels exactly the same. It's just nice to have, different ways to think about it. Just grabbing on to any part of the arm back behind you, grow tall. Gaze over one shoulder. Taking note of this stretch at the side of the neck. Inhaling, exhale, gazing over at the other shoulder. Both shoulders are down. Inhaling back to center. We'll just repeat. And see what you notice the second time. If there's any shift, any change. Back to center. Good. Release the hands. Inhaling, exhaling, left ear to left shoulder. And then we'll take that right shoulder, scrunch it up towards the ear. Inhale, exhale, draw it down with the intention of lengthening. Inhale, scrunch it up. On the inhale and the exhale, let it be softening and releasing so that there's length again, and then scrunch it up. And exhale, release it down. Big breath in, then turn your nose down toward the shoulder. Take the ear back to the shoulder, gazing forward. So again, let's take our attention here to this big set of muscles along the side of the neck that we are giving breathing space and into. Now, nose is at the shoulder. On an inhale, exhale, any amount, tuck that chin in towards the throat. So it could be a little movement, could be a wider movement, back and forth at your own pace. Little seesaw action. Excuse me. Good. And slowly just taking your head back up to neutral. Getting water. Inhaling, grow tall. Exhaling, right ear to right shoulder, both shoulders soft. Scrunch that shoulder up to the ear on the inhale. Exhale, drawing it down with the intention of lengthening. Inhale, scrunching up. So just a reminder, we're not forcing, we're just guiding that shoulder down. Inhale, scrunching it up. And exhale, guiding it down. Big breath in. Exhale, turn the nose toward the shoulder. Get curious about the muscles on this side of the neck. Take that ear back to the shoulder, gazing forward, head on an angle. Doing that 2 more times at your own pace. And just seeing what it's like on this side. Maybe it feels different than the other side, depending on what you've been up to these last few weeks. Draw the nose down, inhaling. Exhale, tucking the chin in towards the throat and back and forth. And again, we're not paying attention so that we can pass judgment on ourselves or any part of the body. We're just paying attention so that we can be aware. Okay, release, and then the head comes up so that we can bring love and attention and caring to the part of the body that is expressing need. All right, let's lift those heels up and we're going to start to rock the pelvis. Let's draw attention to the low back as we tuck the tail. Lift the tail open through the front body. So think about for a minute cat-cow, right? When we round the back and arch the back. This is just the pelvis, tucking and lifting. Okay. Now we're going to do a little spinal wave. So we're going to drop the heel down. So lift the tailbone, lead with your heart and come forward. And it's like you're in cow pose because the belly is down, right? The heart is lifted, shoulder blades are together, tailbone is lifted on an inhale. And then on the exhale, start by tucking the tailbone under, and then we're going to round the back slowly, tucking the chin last, coming up to a seated tall spine, lifting the chin last. So a little spinal wave. So inhale, coming forward, and exhale, rounding. And coming up. I'll show you what it looks like on the side. So this is cow pose, coming forward. And this is cat pose, rising up. Now, normally when we do cat cow, it's kind of like the belly leads. But I want you to think about the spine doing this like little wave. So when we come up nice and tall, the wave starts by lifting the tail, the lead with the heart, coming down, tucking the chin, tucking the tail, rising back up. Nice little bit of work here to open up the low back. Okay, nice. Excuse me, take your left hand to the chair. Right arm, palm facing up, inhale, reach up. This is going to be really expansive flow 3 times on this side. Inhale. Exhale, root down through that right hip. Inhale. Now on this third one, coming down, we're going to exhale and just hold the torso, but circle the arm. Inhale. Reach it forward. Exhale. Down. Inhale up. Reach it forward. Now bring the hand to the knee and bow to the knee. See if you can bring the heart toward the knee. Doesn't have to touch, just toward the knee. Rise up. Now we're going to circle the arm the other way, opposite way. Reach it forward. Exhale over. Reach it to the side. Now inhale up, get really tall. Switching right over to the other side, flowing over 3 times. Exhale. Inhale, really big movement. Lift the navel up towards the heart. Exhale. Inhale. All right. Exhaling over to the side, really hug in the belly and circle. 1. Inhale down. Exhale up, or vice versa. Just connecting breath with movement. Now take the hand to the knee. Bow to the knee, taking the heart toward the knee, any amount. And then we're going to inhale and reach and circle the arm in the opposite direction. Make sure you're reaching out to the side and then maybe really noticing it through the hip and side body. Not forcing, just exploring this nice wide open side bend. Roll it, let's get watery. Good. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist on the other side. Inhale, up to the sky. Turn that heart towards the left. So I want to make sure we're all on the same side. We're going to hold this twist by getting tall in the spine. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, taking, excuse me, chin to shoulder. Just holding just for a breath here. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, turning heart to the other side. And again, nice and tall inhale. Exhale, chin towards shoulder, nice tall spine. Really beautiful twist from the tip of the tailbone up through to the crown of the head. And then just inhale, come back to seated. Feel into that nice tall spine and bring the thighs so that they are parallel. Take your left hand and grab onto the back of the chair, right hand onto the knee, and we're coming into a twist again, but our thighs are parallel. Take your right hand so that the fingertips are at the temple. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Just gently guide into this twist. Now, lift the heel of your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, lift your knee up towards the elbow without rounding the back and then just dropping down. Lift up and drop down. We're going to do it 5 times. I'm just gazing forward to have a peek. Good. We're not rounding the spine. We're just exploring our core as we lift the knee up in this twist. Okay, that was 5. We'll inhale, unwind. Come back to neutral. Exhale over to the other side. Thighs are parallel. Right hand is at the back of the chair, coming into the twist. Left hand, fingertips up at the thigh. Lift the heel of your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, just lift the knee up, drop it down. And I want you to feel this from the base of your abdomen. Lifting this leg up in this twisted position to bring lots of attention awareness to the depth of this exercise. Last one. Inhale, unwind. Get watery. Good. Let's come to stand. I'm just going to move my chair over to the side. And it's there if we need it. Okay, hands at the heart. We're going to start with our traditional prayer balance, and then we're going to move to something a little bit different. So inhale, the fingertips up. Bring all the weight into one leg. Lift the knee up as the heart comes. Hands come to the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So make sure that chair is just like arm's distance. So in case you need it, it's there. Okay, now arms come up. Exhale. Falling star. Inhale up. Exhale. You can lift the toe or keep the toe connected to the mat. It's up to you. Come out any amount. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, here's where the fun begins. All right. Now, hands are up. Point your outer leg there in front. Inhale. Exhale, circle while bringing the hand to the heart. See if you can cross the leg slightly behind. Inhale, circle it around. As you come up, kind of crossing the leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Switch sides. So if you need to, bring the chair over or just kind of give yourself some space. Point the opposite foot forward. Inhale. It's kind of crossed. Exhale, circle. Bringing it behind. Inhale. Now, this standing leg knee, it could be straight, it could be slightly bent. Last one. Release. Okay. And as I mentioned in the beginning of class, we're going to focus on balance. So I'm just going to start to get increasingly a little bit more challenged with this balance exercise. If at any point you're like, not today, Nina, just go back and repeat anything that we've done previous. But I just want to add, just bump it up to the next level. So we're going to take that foot forward again. One arm up, one arm down. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale. Circle. So we're really bringing dynamic balance into this exercise. And at the same time, we're getting that benefit of that really great stretch at the shoulders of our body by bringing those arms up and back and up and back. Now, get watery with the arms and the legs. We are intentionally trying to become off balance. You know why? So that we can practice stability. Okay, so if we lose our balance, don't get critical or try not to get critical or turn that critical voice down, because our intention is to get a little bit wobbly so that we can recover. And that's just practice. This is stability practice. Nice. Not to mention great weight bearing for the standing leg. Okay. Just shake that out because we got to go to the other side. So let's extend that foot forward. One arm back, one arm up. Okay. So this is the thinking part. We really got to coordinate arms and legs. So we're circling the leg. Reaching the arms up and back. Let's keep the navel lifted, core super stable. That will help with stability. And then when you're ready, we're gonna get watery. With the intention of bringing your center of balance, different places, bending or straightening that standing leg. Okay, and recreating what it would be like to all of a sudden lose our footing and we're on one foot, right? And release. Good. Okay. Turn and face your chair. We're going to come to our sun salutation, folding forward. Excuse me. Slight bend in the knees. Let's soften at the shoulders and sway from side to side. Oh, this feels so nice. Stretch out the face. Okay. Bring our attention now to the hips, heels down, knee alternating forward and back. As we pedal knees and pedal the pelvis. So drawing one hip back, then the other. Really paying attention to sensation. All right, inhaling, stepping forward with that right foot, knee over ankle, float your arms up to the sky, press into that back heel of the heart. Exhaling, hands come down and stepping back, forward fold. Bend the knees, any up. All right, inhale, left foot forward, press into the back knee over ankle, reaching up. Exhaling, hands come down and stepping back. Repeat, right side. Squeeze the thighs, lift the navel, reaching up, exhaling, coming down. And over to the other side. Stretch out the face. Okay, inhaling that right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a little bit. Squeeze the thighs. Let's take our arms out to the side, palms facing up. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, bring the palms of the hands together. Tuck the chin, a little cat-cow in the upper body, rounding the upper back. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale. Now, lift the arches of the feet. Squeeze those thighs together. If you're feeling tippy in any way, just bring one arm down. We'll do the other side when we switch legs. That shoulder girdle never felt so good, right? Inhale and exhale. We'll take our hands to the back of the chair. Turn that back toe forward. Lift the heel, hop it back a few times so that we're coming into a little bit of a deeper lunge so we can draw that heel back, lift it up, and feel a stretch through the calf. So if you have a lot of tightness in the calf, it's a great stretch to do. But also you might want to consider, like, have you been drinking enough? Are you hydrated? And sometimes our muscles can tell us that if they're feeling really tight, really stiff. Okay, heel down, toes up. Bring the toes up as close as you can to the knee. We're just going to hold it a little bit here before we teeter-totter. Let's drop it down, lift it up again, drop it down, lift it up again. Okay, let's alternate. Heel lifts, toe lifts, heel lifts, toe lifts. Okay, toe comes down. Let's lift that back heel, hop the foot just enough to come into that cross-country skis. Slight bend in the front knee. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Hands come down, forearms to the back of the chair, or if it's comfortable, depending on the structure of your chair, you can always take your hands down to the seat. Press the ball of your right toe down into the mat, and then just draw your right hip back. Inhale forward, draw your right hip back. And we are intentionally, let's bring a nice softening exhale into the right hip, deep into the IT band. It would be easy to kind of force this stretch because these muscles are strong, right? So you could kind of force the stretch, but I want you to offer softness to this stretch and see if you feel a difference. One more time. Rise up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, a little sway. And then inhaling, stepping forward with the left foot, right foot comes out to the side. Feel our ankles, squeeze the thighs, press into the back heel, lift the back thigh. And we'll repeat the same exercise. Inhale, lift the heart. Palms facing up, shoulder blades squeezing together. Inhale, exhale, coming into cow pose, cat pose. Just in the upper back, just isolating this movement to the shoulder girdle. Keeping the legs nice and solid, lift the arches, squeeze the thighs. And again, you need the chair, taking one hand down. And then we'll bring the hand down, turn that back toe forward, hop back a few times so that we can come into a deeper lunge, slightly deeper. And let's just focus on the back calf by lowering and lifting the heel. Just using the chair for support, just make sure there's no tension in the shoulders. All right, draw that heel down, but lift the toes of the left foot up towards the knee. Lower it down, lift it up. Just see what you notice. And then alternate. Lift the heel, lift the toes. Okay, lift that back heel, hop it back to that comfortable cross-country ski track. Maybe even bringing the feet slightly back. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, soften that front knee. Any amount, but lift the sit bones up to the sky. So feel into that stretch, deep into the back of the leg. Press the left toe down, the ball of the left toe. Inhale. Exhale, just sway that left hip back and then return it forward. Inhale. Exhale. Sway, reach it back. And again, without force, more with softening. Inhale. Exhale, softening, draw that hip back. Do that one more time. Okay. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, stepping back. Nice big bend in the knees. And we'll walk our feet to the back of the chair. Arms distance away from the chair. Inhale, lift the heels, click on tippy toes. Exhale, slide your back down an imaginary wall as we bend the knees. Now drop the heels, rising up with energy. Inhale, exhale, inhale, up, inhale, exhale, inhale, up. Change direction. Bend the knees, lift the heels, rise up, lower down, bend the knees, lift the heels, rise up, lower down, and last one, bend the knees, lift the heels, rise up, and lower down. Good. Turn to face the front, arms distance away from the chair, hand on the hip, outer leg points forward. We're going to do each of these kicks 5 times, forward, side, and back. Inhale, exhale, 1, exhale, 2, 3, grow tall, 4, 5, kick it up, reach over to the side. Inhale, grow tall again, exhale, lift, 2, try not to lean to the side. This is 5, bring it back to center. Extend that leg back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, kick back. Kick back. Kick back. Glute should be squeezing. Squeezing and releasing. Last one. And coming back to neutral. Now, we're going to kind of repeat that in a awkward chair pose. So, fun times. Feet are hip distance apart. we're gonna bend the knees like in chair pose, half tuck the tail. One hand on the hip here. Now come into a hinge, so we're folding forward. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you what it looks like on the side. I've got a good bend in my knee, and I've hinged forward, so my butt's kind of lifting up. Now, draw in the core, take the navel and lift it up towards the spine and hug in the ribs. Really get solid in here. We're just gonna lift the heel of the right foot, inhale. Exhale, lift it up, down, 5 times. 3, 4, reaching right over to the side. Lift, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now extend that leg back, inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're gonna rise up. On an inhale, exhale, release. So all that work with the core, okay, hoping that we maintain the core through that. We're gonna do it on the other side. Next week, we're gonna do this and add balance. So today, we're just gonna really feel comfortable with the new movement. Okay, so standing tall, inhale, exhale, exhale. Kick it up just as high as it feels comfortable without sacrificing this nice mountain pose. Out to the side, inhale, hug in the hip, exhale, grow tall. None of this, right? Just the leg, lift the navel, and that's about 5. Back behind you, inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Okay, bring the feet together. Chair pose, so feet are hip distance apart. Bend the knees, half tuck the tail, lower abdominals are engaged. Hand is at the hip, inhale, exhale, fold. It's not a flat back, it's more on an angle. Now hug in at the ribs, lift that navel up towards the spine and hug the ribs in together. Lift the heel of the left leg, inhale, exhale, lift it up. Lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, right over to the side. 1, 2, 3, wow. 4, great for our standing leg. Back behind you, inhale, exhale, kick it up, kick it up, kick it up. Hug, hug, hug in with the ribs. Rise up, inhale, exhale, release. Okay, so you should be really feeling that right in these glutes here. So stability and balance, what do we need? We need to make sure that the front of our body, the back of our body, and the outsides of the body are all working together. Okay, if one is really much weaker than the other, there's an imbalance. So we've got to make sure that we're getting 360 degrees here. Okay, turn and face your chair. Arms distance. Bend the knees like chair pose again. Squeeze the thighs together, grow tall. Now, hinge at the hips. Take your forearm to the back of the chair. Now, hug in the ribs. We're exploring very similar stuff here. Hug in the ribs. Now, we're going to take the left foot, lift the heel. Inhale. Exhale, we're just going to slide the foot back. Inhale. Bring it forward. Keep the heel lifted. Exhale, slide the foot back. Inhale, bring it forward. We're just going to do it 3 times. My standing leg is communicating with me, but this is a challenge. Okay, that's our 3 on that side. Bring the feet back to hip distance apart. Our knees are still bent. We're still hugging in. Take the navel. Lift the right heel. Inhale. Slide the foot back. Inhale, reach it forward. Slide it back. Forward. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale, forward. Inhale, rise up. And exhale. Loosen that up. Okay, we're gonna add to that next week, but we'll leave it there for now. Move the chair and we'll come down onto the floor. Take a sip of water if you need it. Coming down any way that you want. If you want that extra challenge, feet are hip distance, knees are bent, reaching forward, tucking the chin, scrolling down, one vertebrae at a time. Okay, hug in the knees. Squeeze and thread the toes, stretch at the face, circle the ankles. All right, take those knees, bring them over the hips. Lift the shins so that they're parallel. And we're going to draw the navel down, closing that gap between the low back and the floor. Arms at your sides and tuck the shoulders under. Okay, we're gonna flex the right foot and point the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, reach that left foot out. So it's just kind of on an angle and then bring it back in. Reach it out. Bring it in. Reach it out. Now your right leg is just staying exactly where it is and then back. Now, flex the left foot, point the right toe, inhale. With pointed toe, extend out on an angle. Inhale back. Try to keep your left knee over the hip. Keep drawing down the navel towards the spine. Last one. Okay, hug in the knees. Let's circle knees around in one direction. Circle them in the other direction. All right, take the knees over the hips, bring the shins parallel. All right, draw the navel down, arms at the side. Point both toes. Extend your right toe out on an angle. We're gonna leave it there. With the right foot, see how your knee is 90 degrees? Keep it 90 degrees, but hinge at the hip and dip the toe down, lift it back up. Now, no bending at the knee, okay? The knee stays 90 degrees. It's the movement at the hip, bringing it down and up because that is where the challenge lies. Okay, bring that left leg in, extend the right leg out, and then hinge at the hip, dip the toe down just like you're dipping your toe in water. Lifting it up. And feeling that deep in the core, hugging in at the ribs, take your fingers, poke your belly, check, make sure these muscles are engaged. Okay, fun times here. Yes, okay, up, and take the feet wide, arms out to the side, windshield wiper the legs, slowly. Soften through the hip, extend through the knee. And then we'll do one more, squeeze it in, one more core exercise. Press that navel down, make sure those shoulder blades are tucked under. Hands at your side, press the shoulders down, press the navel down, lift the feet up so that the soles of the feet are, touching. And we're gonna extend the leg out and bring it in like froggy legs. All right, now you could do it kind of up to the sky like this. This is kind of like more hamstrings. But if we want to get at the core, we want to move out on an angle. Oh yeah, big difference. Just do as many as you can and then take rest. Remembering to bring compassion and friendliness towards yourself. All right, let's bring those knees in. Feet up, knees out, happy baby. Stretch out the face, maybe rock from side to side. And when you're ready, bringing the soles of the feet together for cobbler. Again, they don't have to touch. Knees out to the side. We're stretching out the inner leg. We're going to do a lot of inner leg today. That's okay. We can stretch it out anyways. And then moving between happy baby, cobbler, and then happy baby and beyond. Extend the legs up, create a V shape with the legs, bringing it down to cobbler. Reaching it up. Happy baby, cobbler. Happy baby, extend. And then we'll bring those feet down, arms at the side. Let's just do one more little windshield wiper here. Make sure we're really stretching out our outer hip. Something will extend the legs down, bring your arms up overhead. We'll do a little banana stretch. So let's start by walking your feet, just the feet, keep the hips down a little bit over to the left. Then move your arms to the left, lift your head up, the shoulders a little bit to the left, creating a crescent moon shape with your spine. Option to take the left hand and grab onto the right wrist as if you were reaching that wrist up and over, like we do in any standing side bend or seated side bend. And you can just gaze to the left. And then the final option is to take your right foot and cross it over the left ankle any amount and kind of squeeze those legs together. And the key here is to not force the stretch, which could, it's easy to kind of go into that, and see if you can exhale, soften to create lengthening. And then we'll slowly come back to neutral spine. So making your way back to neutral. Then walk the feet to the right. Arms, head, shoulders over to the right. Crescent moon on the other side. Arms are reaching up overhead. You could take your right hand, grab onto the left wrist, reach up and over into that crescent moon shape without lifting the shoulder up or without lifting up the hip. Breathe into the left rib cage. Then we'll take the left foot, which is optional. Cross it over any amount. The right ankle. Gently squeeze. Inhale, grow long in the side body. Exhale, soften, not force. Don't force the stretch, soften. Let the head just roll to the side. And then we're going to release, come back to a neutral. And if you want to, hug the knees in one last time just to stretch out that low back a little bit. Maybe rock from side to side. Let's just hug the right knee in, extend the left heel away. And switch sides. Hugging the left knee, right heel away. And then coming into your special shape for Shavasana, whatever it is. Maybe it's traditional, shoulder blades tucked, palms facing up, feet just falling to the side. Maybe you're taking care of the low back a little bit, so you take the knees, bend them, feet wide, drop the knees in toward each other. Or maybe a bolster under the knees. You can cover yourself with the blanket. And turn your attention to the breath flowing in and out of the body. Softening the jaw. Softening the shoulders. Softening the belly. Releasing your hold on the legs, buttocks, feet. Imagine you have been covered with a lovely, fluffy, warm blanket. Just allowing that blanket to ground the body. And allow the blanket to provide you with that sense of comfort and security and coziness. And just observing the rise and fall of the chest. And just seeing if it's possible to turn up the volume on compassion, friendliness, and just allow for some, just a sense of ease, maybe happiness. It could be that that is not what you're feeling in this moment, and that's okay. Just observing breath rising and falling, working toward neutral. Turning down the volume of any critical thinking, because it's probably not serving you. Just allowing yourself to be here with yourself. No demands. One responsibility, and that is toward yourself. Just to be here and now. Taking care of yourself in this special way. Because you are worth it. You deserve it. This is your time. And then we'll bring a little bit of movement into the feet, the hands, the face. Stretch it out. Open and close the hands. Squeeze and spread the toes. If it feels good to you, inhaling arms up overhead for gentle full body stretch. Exhaling, releasing, letting go. All that stuff that doesn't serve you. And then we'll bend the knees, bring the arms in close to the body like you're giving yourself a little hug. Roll over to one side. Few breaths here. And then in your own time, pushing up, taking your time. Coming to that comfortable seated position, whether it's on the floor, whether it's on the chair, growing tall. Observing the breath from this upright position. Noticing sensation. You can notice thought too. And whatever thinking is going on, you can acknowledge it and then take your attention back to the body. And bringing attention to the hands as they cover your heart. Embrace the heart. And take a moment to set maybe a little dedication to yourself. And then a little thanks towards yourself for this practice today and for the rest of this year. Reflecting on the wisdom of this practice for yourself. And bring our hands together and seal in with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me this first day of practice 2025. We'll see you soon.